Welcome back everybody, episode 2 of the SP Spartan PES 2016 Master League. Things are happening. We've not actually made any signings yet. We are 2 days before the first game at home to Nottingham Forest in the Sky Bet Championship. Just to inform you also that Bristol City are the side that's dropped out of our Master League, so they won't be in it, which is a shame because they were one of our derby games, but there's nothing we can do about it. It just sort of, I don't know, it just decides on who drops out. But it's Bristol City who we have replaced in the Championship. I also need to, even though we haven't seen them yet, massive thank you to Jordan from PES World for making the Spartan kits that we will be using in this video as well. So a shout out to him. He's also part of PES World along with Glenn and Damos and that, who have made a lot of the kits, most of the kits in game that are looking fantastic. So big thanks to all of those. This is where we are at the moment. Got a few deals in the pipeline. We're going in for a Boubacar. We're going in for TV. We have had one deal already turned down for a Boubacar. We've got a deal agreed if we want to pursue and get Bizor back as a Spartan. I think he's a good deal because he can play centre midfield and centre back, and his stats are really good, as you can see. So I think he's a bit of a no-brainer, but I'm just holding on a minute to see. Deal in place for Sayo from SC Batista in France, and I think, you know, he's a bit older than we'd like. He looks pretty good. 77 overall, goal poacher, some really good stats, but we can't buy him at the moment until we sell some people. We had a little cheeky bid at Andres Townsend, not a position we need, but just because he was on the transfer list, and that's the sort of deals that are coming back. And looking at all the add-ons, he's lots and lots of money. Bid in for this goalie from Southampton, Gazaniga. Nothing special really, but good height on him, 196. We always like to have a tall goalie. 68 ratings. We went for Callard from Monaco twice, and twice negotiations broke down. And it would be a loan deal to bring this guy in, Diaz, just for cover on the left. Not a lot about him really. 32-year-old, just bring him in for a loan. We're going to limit the amount of loans we can sign. While we're in the Championship, we're going to say we're allowed 3 loans in a whole season. While we're in the Premiership, that's only going to be 2. And also free transfers. We're only allowed 1 free transfer per window unless we negotiate a pre-contract agreement. Okay, so we're just setting ourselves a few deadlines and stuff like that. The other deal that we are really hoping to bring through that broke down was Babacar. He looked a really good centre forward. He ended up going to Ipswich. I'll just show you. This is our favourites list. Yes, there's a lot of dreams on here, but obviously future dreams maybe. Bartley. Asamoah is actually on the transfer list, but he's out of our reach at the moment. So is Delafeu. Although it looks like he's probably signed for someone else, which is a shame that he's left Everton already on the game. Zaza, Laporte, some really good players here, but obviously their market values, you click there, they're going to be up at that. I mean, it's saying 9 mil, but they're probably going to want about 15 for all of these. So these are all out of our price range at the moment, but they're ones to look at for in the future, no doubt. And there you see, that's the guy we're interested in, but we've got a deal agreed for only 4 mil because he's on the transfer list. So if we can raise the funds by selling people, then he might be our centre forward for our first season. Other people, obviously Traore looks really good, 20 years old. Tielemans, Ezekiel, very quick. Mitrovic is back on the list. Why wouldn't he be? And there's Babacar, who looked really good. To be fair, look at those stats on him, but he's signed for Ipswich, so he's going to be up against us in the Championship. And then we've got a few others scattered about. We can get this lad in on loan, as tempting maybe, depending on what we've got left again in the bank. Look at his scary eyes. That guy. He's a decent player though. don't really need a right wing forward. We've got to think about what we do need and what we don't need, really. Paz is another one I like the look of as a centre back. He's got a bit of a stray cat's duck's ass haircut, but he could come in and do a job. It's very difficult to know what to do. At the moment, we haven't got people out. Another one we were really interested in was Callis, but he got snapped up by Nims Olympic. Gudetti, another really good player with some really good stats. Love to get him in, but I doubt that's going to happen. Jelly and Bagu, we could go back there. I've got nothing against going back to these players from last year if we need to. Vietnam Lipton, obviously a fake guy, but he looked pretty good on the stats and everything, just to fill in at the back maybe. So we are looking at people. Lots of things aren't happening. No one's coming in really at the moment. We've got lots of irons in the fire. We just got to see how it comes back. But we're only 2 days away from the first game, so we'll be back with more news just before that game, and we'll see how we get on. So here we are back on the eve of the first game of the season, and we have made a signing. We shit or bust really. We decided we're going to go for it. We've had some deals. Ubu back, who's going to come in too dear. We're trying to knock it down a bit. TV might still come back in as a young striker we wanted to come in. There is a chance yet. Bazor's still there if we want him. This goalie probably will come in if we can get it cheaper. Diaz has broken down the loan deal, but we've bit the bullet. And our first signing of the Spartans of 2016 is Sayo, and I think he's going to be really good. GCO, I think he's going to like the blue touch paper, hopefully. I think he's not going to go up a lot, but he may well be just a seasoned guy and he'd get the job done and get plenty of goals for us. But anyway, let's crack on with this first game of the season. Highlights of this one against Nottingham Forest. Hopefully we can get off to a winning start at home. It's not going to be easy. What is the team looking like? Well, it's pretty much as we wanted. The team can go in exactly as we wanted, balls and all. And there you see, the Nottingham Forest side is looking pretty good. Got a Baccio in the middle with Henry Lansbury, Mendes on the right, Nelson Oliveira up front. So all the transfers and that we've done are all up to date for Nottingham Forest, and they're going in 4-4-2. So first game of the new Spartan series of 2016. Highlights of this one to come, guys and girls. Hopefully it's a good one. Stadium looks a picture. Look at all the tiles out for the Spartans. Blue and white. We'll be coming out in our kit in a minute, and there it is. Like I said, made by Jordan of Pez World. Thank you very much. It looks very good indeed, the kit. No new signings. It's total default side. I can't remember if I've ever gone into the first game of the season with a total default side, but we are today, led out by Hitic, our captain. Hope obviously new signing CO will be with us for the next game. He really is going to be a lot dependent on him. We've bit the bullet, and I said we're probably only going to bring in like 3 people maybe at the start of this series, and we're going to stick mainly with the defaults. Well, we've gone and spunked 5 million on one player, which is massive in this cordon of the championship. Here we go then. First ball kicked off. Spartan Series 2016 is upon us. Can we get off to a good start? This guy Pallister, he packs a big shot. Highlights to come. Hopefully some Spartan goals would be nice to set the series up. Good start would be great. We know it's not going to be easy early doors. We've got to work hard. Great play from Pallister. Good ball back stick. Ooh, thought it might have been the opening goal. First time we've looked dangerous in 15 minutes, really. The break's on for Forest. Good tackle. Now 1-0 up, we couldn't clear our lines. A cat came in and started me and I were getting on my nerves, and a grey-haired fox of a badger, Johnny Williams, has put us the goal behind. Awful defending in there. Left grasping straws. We couldn't deal with it and get rid of the ball. We couldn't clear our lines. Typical default defending. We've got to remember this is what it's going to be like the first season for sure. Till we can get a couple better defenders in there and a better goalie, we are going to concede a lot of goals. We just got to remember that and stay strong and focused and not get downbeat. We've got a shit goalie and we got shit defence. You've got to remember that early doors and not get carried away with it. Better. Brought down, surely, referee! Pallister brought down in the act. Brilliant tackling back from Matheson's. Coutinho! We're back on terms. The first goal of 2016 is scored by the transfer listed Coutinho. I don't know what his first name is. Could be something really silly. Sylvester. Could be Sylvester Coutinho. Why not? What a tackle from Matheson. It's a sort of attitude you want from a Spartan shirt in there. Really is a good player. That's a fine strike, to be fair, from Coutinho. You know, to be honest, if we keep him alongside as a backup to CO, then it won't be too bad. With strikes like that from the left boot as well of big Sylvester Coutinho, and we're back on terms in our debut grace in the championship. And to be honest, 20 gone, I think we're going to have lots of high scoring games this year because our defence is going to leak goals and we're not going to worry about it. We're going to go quite gung-ho. We're going to go for the throat. It's all going to be about us scoring goals as well. And here is Coutinho. Oh, we're 2-1 down. Again, the defending is woeful. The travelling Forest fans, plenty to cheer about. Nelson Oliveira pops in a rebound. Face and all. Again, we can't clear it. It's a hopeful ball. Just lollipopped up in there. Let's have a look at it. Look at this. A hopeful lollipop ball. Left back caught out. Centre back rubbish. Missed the tackle. Good save initially from the keeper. No luck with a knockout, and Nelson Oliveira there. And it's back chasing rainbows. Fun-filled first half for you at home. Half an hour gone. And it's already 3 goals in the first game of the campaign. And here is Matheson's. Gonna try one. Oh, get up there. Oh, what a strike. And they break again, and this is when we look so exposed. And it is 3-1. The counter-attack ripped us to pieces. And Dexter Blackstock has made it 3. Oh dear, straight through the keeper and his 4. Oliveira is second. The keeper's got to be doing better there. Just went straight through him. Let's have a look at this one. The 4th goal. Should have got rid of it there. What was he doing? Poor clearance. Ball back in. And look at this for keeping. Really should be doing better there. He's pushed it down like he's going to get bit by the football. Appalling keeping. And we've got a mountain to climb in this second half just to make it respectable. So half time comes. It's been a lesson of how not to play for the Spartans. They've got to pick themselves up, dust themselves down, and try and put a performance in this second half. Because that was absolutely woeful on debut. There's a stadium full to capacity today, and they wonder what the hell they've seen. They've seen, in fairness, an awful display. We've got problems back here though. We've got a woeful centre-back partnership really. Did sell Ericsson because we thought we were going to bring in Bazor. Not sure what we're going to do there. We definitely got to get a centre back in from somewhere before the window closes. We really are reliant on a couple people going out the door. A couple of them are worth sort of 2-3 million. That Yanko, if he goes, is worth a couple and a half. And Coutinho worth like 4 or 5 mil. We could have got rid of those two, then we could have done quite a lot in the window, but it's looking like we're not going to be able to. We need a performance here and start stringing some balls together. Good run this. From the left full back, Matheson. Still Matheson. Oh, referee! It's been clotheslined now. What are you doing, you bold-haired bastard? Dear me, the ref hadn't given it. Another free kick, surely. Good play from Matheson, deflected. Oh, straight in the hand of the keeper. There's 2 really bad fouls in there the ref haven't seen. And the crowd have seen enough and they're bubbling over here. You can't sculpt him, he's got not a hair on his bloody head. Bold Eagle. Oh, it's 5. It was a good tackle initially and then he stood and looked at it. And there's a hat-trick for Nelson Oliveira. And every time the ball goes into our penalty box, we concede. Oh, this 6. Don't deserve this. They're just taking the piss out of us now, and this could be the biggest loss in Spartan history on day 1. Dear me. There's too many defenders just standing looking at stuff. Really is. Oh, what header from Coutinho. Great low save. There's a difference. Our keeper can't save anything. And their keeper's pulled a really good save out there. Stop us from getting a consolation. Oh, good chance, but it dropped to the wrong man. Good save this time from the keeper. Don't want a magnificent 7 against us. Good play back there from Vasquez. Pallister. Can't get it through. Forrest have been fantastic today, it's got to be said. Pallister. Come on, referee. Oh, and it could be an injury to Pallister. Left dumped. Left prostate. Is he off or on? Don't say. Matheson. Oh. What a stuffing. Can't believe that. First game of the Master League series of Spartans. And that just proves to you that it's live and nothing's fake. We have been demolished here at the hands of Nottingham Forest. Look at the stats. You wouldn't have thought it was a 6-1 game. But it was. We've got an awful lot to do to repair the damage of that and move forward. That's going to wrap up this episode. Episode 2. We brought in a star striker. He didn't play today, but it looks like it's defenders we need, not strikers, on the back of that scoreline. A crushing 6-1 defeat on our first game of 2016. I tell you what, it is roots up. This series is going to be, and we've got to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves down, get the veins pumping again, and get those balls ready to insert, because we certainly need a response in the next game. Cheers, dudes. Stay safe.